Hi guys, and welcome back to Creative Pet Keeping. My name is Kasha, I am your host, and in today's video I am going to give you an update on my betta breeding series and what happened to the Koi Halfmoon import that I was trying to spawn. So let's get started.
Kind of deleted accidentally some of the footage, so I'm missing clips here and there. I do have a couple because I've been filming with my phone and with my camera, so I do have clips of the male with the different females at different periods of time, but I don't have enough to consistently, coherently tell a story of what happened.
So the Halfmoon Koi male import that I was going to breed was going to be bred with a placat cellophane female from my previous spawn. I thought this would be a good combination even though it was mixing tail types, because I thought that the cellophane would kind of help bring out the koi pattern. What happened though is while the female was in the breeding container next to the male, she was really engaging and was really interested in spawning. But the male, on the other hand, showed a lot of aggression and nipping, and I thought that maybe it was because, she was in the breeding container, so I didn't think much of it. He spent the same amount of time in the breeding in the tank with the breeding container and the female as the placat male. And when I released the cellophane female, he was a bit more aggressive than what I'm used to seeing with my placat male spawns, but I didn't think much of it. I just observed and supervised my fish. The next day though, usually I would see spawning. In this case, the male actually kept chasing the female away, and even though she was really engaged and interested in him at the beginning, he ended up really scaring her, so she spent most of her time hiding. I gave it another day. I also tried adding another female in a jar to maybe see if she'll be more willing to come out if there's another female present and the male is distracted with someone else. I tried letting him flare another male. All those things failed. So I decided to restart. I took the male out, put him in the divided tank for a while so I could feed him, and I decided to try with another female. This time it was the crown tail. Was not intending to spawn her. She was my pet fish, but she is a marble. She's actually a grizzled, and she is also a long-finned crown tail. So I thought that this time I would be mixing tail types, but at the same time it would be long tail type to another long tail type. So I thought this would be a good combination. I got the idea from another breeder, Ember from Big City Bettas. So, and she's really spunky and a little more aggressive too, so I thought maybe the aggression level would kind of even out with the male. So once again, this time instead of keeping them together, I kept them separate, put the male in, then a little bit afterwards put the female into the breeding container, and then after a couple of minutes where they got introduced, I released them into the tank together and supervised them. And I did this during the day, so there was a lot of chasing. She did show interest in him, but once again he was very aggressive and kept scaring her off. Overnight I was a little paranoid. I wasn't sure if I should leave them together because I was worried that he might injure her or kill her. He did nip her a bit. There was some small injury to her fins the next morning, but luckily it wasn't bad. But once again, the next morning there was no sign of spawn, and she was very scared and avoiding him. So I put her in a breeding container as I was trying to figure out what else I can do, and I put a larger female in a jar just to see what he would do. And I didn't film this, but it was a really weird behavior. Well, when he saw the larger female, he actually spent more time dancing for the female and trying to impress her, and then he would charge and try to bite at the smaller crown tail, who was a good size for him, but he for some reason wanted just to fight her. So I thought, okay, what if I took out the crown tail and I put in the larger female that he actually showed interest in? Even though he can't spawn with her, maybe at least they could practice the spawning behavior, and once he sort of figure things out, maybe I could try in a couple of weeks with a different female. But the same thing happened. He would entice the female and first be all lovey-dovey and cute, and then after a while he started going after that female again, scaring her, intimidating her to the point where she would hide and have no interest in coming out. So it turns out that I can't really spawn this guy. This could be an issue with my spawning technique, so maybe I could be doing something wrong. I'm definitely open to that because I'm a beginner breeder, and I've only spawned placats before, and those that I spawned had a really nice temperament. I've never tried to spawn a really aggressive fish. This could also have to do with his personality, the fact that he's really more aggressive than usual. So that spawn I don't think is gonna work out. But either way, I'm kind of content with him being a pet fish and for me to move on to trying different pairs and kind of accept that that one didn't work out. And it's nice to be able to look at the footage and have whatever footage I do have, is because in the future, as I get better at breeding bettas, I might be able to look back at this and maybe realize mistakes I might have done, or things I could have done wrong that maybe I don't see yet because of the lack of experience. So that's kind of what happened. I hope that you guys enjoyed this update, even though it didn't work out. I hope that even though this was a failure, if your pair does not work out for whatever reason, maybe you should try a different pair of different fish and experiment with matching different fish to each other, because sometimes, you know, it could be you, what you're doing wrong, but it could also be the fish. You may have the perfect breeding setup, and if the fish don't want to spawn, or if they're not ready, or if something is just not right, some breeders I've heard only wait to spawn their fish when it's raining or if there's a snowstorm, because that usually will help encourage fish to spawn as well. Right here we haven't had any snow or rain, so maybe that could have something to do with it. I don't know. There's a lot of different things that you can, a lot of variables that go into picking a pair and spawning. So I thought that by sharing this story, we can kind of learn from this together. Maybe some of you guys that might be watching that are experienced breeders might have some feedback and some things that maybe you try that is different, or maybe something that maybe you have noticed from the clips that I do have that you can point out. It would be awesome. It's a great learning experience, not only for me, but for everyone else. And I always really appreciate any input that I get from you guys. So I hope that you like this video. It's a little different than usual. I'm kind of standing here next to my kitchen in the background of my lovely white wall in my little derpy glasses, and just wanted to talk to you guys while showing you clips. I thought that that would make the most sense. I hope that you like this kind of different format, just experimenting and trying some new things. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you already haven't, to become a part of the Creative Critters, or if some of you guys have named yourself the Potato Squad. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it happened a couple live streams ago. It's a marvelous story that maybe I'll bring up another time. But on that note, I will see you guys in the next video.